Boys, welcome back to another video. Welcome back. It feels freaking weird to be recording right now. It feels weird because I was in a massive rut for the past 3 to 4 days, and it was a rut that I don't want any of you guys to go through. It was such a rut where I literally couldn't sleep, and it's even harder because I'm fasting for Ramadan right now. And so literally I was operating on 1 hour of sleep while fasting, no water throughout the day, 3 freaking midterm exams, freaking cardio, and the worst part was that the entire time my mind was overthinking. And looking back, I'm pretty sure I was just freaking burnt out. I think I was just burnt out. I think that was the reason why. Because, real burnout is not like, oh, I don't feel like doing the work. Real burnout is when you freaking forget the reason why you're doing this in the first place. It's almost as if you lost literal connection to why you're on or what you're doing in the first place. So you know how YouTubers would tend to go on burnout. Some of them would literally just lose connection to making videos, right? I don't know if I was burnt out, whatever it was, but it was not a pleasant 3 to 4 days. It was not something I want you guys to go through, genuinely. Because I literally can't sleep, and it was bothering me because I forgot the reason why I was self-improving myself. I forgot the reason why I was trying to go to the gym and get bigger. I forgot the reason why I was doing any of this. Why? Why am I doing this? What's the point? What's the point of going to the gym? What's the point of waking up early? What's the point of making a business? And I was trying to look for an actual reason, which I couldn't find. And it would get to the point where oh, why am I disciplined? Why? What's the reason? Yeah. Why am I disciplined right now? What's my reasoning behind it? And then I would be overthinking about the reason, and man, that's freaking annoying. And I guess clearly you can tell from me making this video that it's gotten better, right? I think hopefully you can tell that the overthinking has gotten better now, even though it was like a burnout, and I'm sure I would have been normal after a couple of days. I took this opportunity to really take a look at how I was living my life, and I took this as an opportunity to really evaluate, am I actually living life how I always wanted to live? Am I living authentically to what I actually wanted out of life? Am I living authentically to what I want right now? You know what I'm trying to say? Am I just trying to live how other people want me to live, or am I trying to follow other people's systems? And I'll be honest, yeah, some of it was I didn't even live authentically to how I wanted to live. I didn't even pursue the goals for why I was doing them. And so I took this as an opportunity to realize all I wanted was just to become a freaking man. I think, guys, the money making online thing really blinded me. Again, I want to make money online. I want to be a millionaire. Whatever. I want to make money. I want to make money from online business. This is something that I'm passionate in. This is something that I genuinely want to do for the rest of my life. No, I don't want to freaking work a 9 to 5. I never wanted that since I was a little kid. I always wanted to become a YouTuber or whatever. That's a different story for another day. But there's nothing wrong with making money online, but it's just the money making space online, at least for me, and I would not blame it on the YouTubers, I blame it on myself. But I got so involved into that space, right? I got so involved into that world where I started to forget about my self-improvement. I started to forget the reason why I genuinely did this in the first place. I genuinely forgot. I genuinely didn't realize. I was just concerned with just making money online, making money online, making money online. And yeah, I made no money online. Except $1,000 and a couple $100 here and there. But that's it. That's it. And I'm grateful for learning experience, but man, bro, F this. I didn't just do this so I can become a millionaire. I didn't get on self-development. I didn't start to meditate. I didn't start to get closer to God. I didn't start to go out to nature and fix my mental health just so I can make money. Yes, that's a part of something that I really want to do. I want to not work a job, and I want to be the son who can provide for his parents. But it was so much bigger than that, bro. 3 years ago, when I got onto this path, I was unsatisfied with how I was living. I was an 18-year-old, insecure, skinny, and a couple of months before that I was fat, really fat. I starved myself and I became skinny, so I was so insecure. I was heartbroken, which made me even more worse. I was very feminine in the way I spoke, in the way I acted. I was very soft, and I wasn't being respected or taken with respect. I was a kid who always wanted more out of life. I was a kid who wanted to be a YouTuber, who wanted to live a nice lifestyle, who always wanted more. But because of my bad habits, because of me running away from the pains, and because of me living like how I used to live, I was just depressed. Genuinely, just blatant, like just bluntly, just depressed. But I realized like I was actually wasting my freaking potential as a man. Like I realized I wanted more out of this, bro. I did not want to live the average existence. I was wasting minutes away from my life. And I realized like I think this is when like the pain was so much that all I needed was like a life shift. And the more I started to self-develop myself, the more I fell in love with the process. The more I fell in love with the journey, the more I realized like how fulfilling this life is. Being productive, focusing on your mental health, going to the gym and getting bigger, reading books and learning, spending time with your family, like some quality time, being present, being on a social media detox, not even for a week, like just for the rest of your life, like just not doing instant gratification, limit that to the best of your capability, eating clean. Like I always like eating clean, to be honest with you. I never did back in the day, but I always liked the idea of eating clean because it made me feel like an athlete, right? So eating clean, just cleaning your house and keeping your room clean and all that. I don't know, like there's something like that was so fulfilling. And then it's like my belief started to change. How I started to realize how most people remain depressed in their lives because they never take responsibility over themselves, because they just distract themselves. They just distract themselves with everything. TV, anime, they just continuously distract themselves and chase pleasure all day. And so, my belief started to change about like making money online, how it was so possible, how anyone can do it, and I wanted to do it. And so I fell in love with this process. I fell in love with this journey of just becoming genuinely like a more masculine version of myself. Like if I had to really put it like that, becoming a man that my younger self would genuinely be like wowed with. Becoming a man that God is pleased with. Becoming a man that my parents are proud of. It was all about just like becoming the best version of me. It was all about becoming the version of me that was not only making money, but that was also like attractive to girls. Now I'm a Muslim, so I'm not gonna go freaking like casual sex or casual dating, but that's still a desire. I'm still a man. I still want to be attractive to girls. So like it wasn't just about like making money online. That's part of it, like having your own business and stuff like that. But it was part of a bigger reason. It was being a man who can protect and provide. And again, I was a freaking naive 18-year-old kid. I was not like, oh, I'm gonna protect and provide for my family. But I had the desire. Like I'm gonna open my old journal right now. Hold up. And if I open my old journal, I'm gonna go through some of the pages. See, I even said like over here what I wanted out of life. I wanted at that time I wanted a girlfriend. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't get one, but I wanted a girlfriend. I wanted money. I wanted to get girls, be more masculine, get in good shape, and find a purpose. I was writing this down back in like December of 2022. My purpose in life, to save my family and help them. What the heck? My goal is to give back to my tribe. My tribe is my family. Always giving my parents, the matrix, info on the matrix. What can I do? I can get a job, get financially rich, location freedom, retire parents, have a business, move them, to another country. What do I want my life to be like in 10 years time? Retired parents, be wealthy, location free and time free, buy my dad that Rolex and my mom that Chanel bag, sure. Yeah, it was all about just growing myself, man. The reason why I was also overthinking, a big reason why I was also overthinking is because I wanted I thought that I had to have like a grandeur reason for why I decided to commit so much to this path. Like I thought I had to have like this rare reason, like this reason that like, oh my God, that's why you decided to get on self-improvement. But to be frankly honest with you, it's like a reason like, oh, I got like touched as a kid and that's why no, it's not because of that. Like it wasn't like that big reason, but it was just I was just dissatisfied. I hated the way I was. I hated the way I looked. I hated the way I lived life. I was literally failing university. I was about to get kicked out of university. And so like, it wasn't some grandeur reason like that, but it was just, I needed to shift who I was. Genuinely, I needed to change myself. That's like the only way I can put it. I was just sitting there wasting my potential, depressed, sad, and I realized the only thing that fulfilled me was this path of self-development. The only thing that fulfilled me was fixing my mental health and becoming a better man. That gave me that purpose, because at the end of the day, I was waking up every single day to grow who I was. I was waking up every single day to change and grow me, my character, so I can become more attractive to the opposite gender, so I can become a better son to his parents, so I can be a leader and become more masculine, so I can build a business and people can follow me online. It was all about getting respect, being taken seriously, proving people wrong, and feeling that purpose, that drive, staying close to God, doing things that genuinely level me up as a human being, as a man. But then for the past 3-4 days, I was like, oh, what's the point of leveling up? What's the point of... Because that's what life is about. Life is about going through pains and growing and becoming a better version of yourself. So then, when you are a better version of yourself, you can then impact people and live a good life. Because we need to become the men who can achieve its goals. We need to fix our habits. And it's all about becoming and changing who you are. And becoming a version of yourself that your younger self would be so proud of and just wowed with. Like, wow, that was genuinely me. That's genuinely me? That's the man I became? Like, wow. That's the life of purpose, bro. So right now, I'm slowly getting out of this rut, and I'm making some good progress on that. And pretty much all I'm engulfed with is just following my routine and building the traits and the habits of becoming that man. I think the money-making online thing is like, it got to me way too much, where I started to forget like how much I cared about mental health. I started to forget, like, for example, now every morning I started to go on, nature walks, and I realized, like, bro, I used to do this back in the day 3 years ago. I used to go out to nature, and like, every single time I go out just to take a walk, I feel this peace in my heart that I've never felt in my life. Like, genuinely. I forgot like how important that was. I forgot how important it was to like focus on my looks and my style, and to just level me up as a man. So yeah, that's all I am engulfed with. I'm just gonna follow my own structure, because to be honest with you, I was following another person's structure for the past like 3-4 weeks, like a month, and although that structure was good, like the daily structure, for me it's like, bro, I just did not like it. Like, I want to follow the structure that I want to live life how I want to live, and a lot of that is just doing habits and just living like the best version of me. Meditating, praying to God, eating good food, going to the gym, also spending time working on a business and making videos for you guys, and making short form content and building up my social media so I can impact others and I can just grow this channel. Because ever since I was 8 years old, all I wanted to do for work is YouTube. Not 8, sorry. Ever since I was 10 years old, 11 years old, all I wanted to do was YouTube for work. That's all I want to do. YouTuber. And that's all I want to do. If I can think about something I would do, I would just be a YouTuber. Like, I don't care about like agency business models. I used to do that stuff back in the day, like 2 years ago. I don't care about any of that. Genuinely, all I can imagine myself for work is just doing this and making videos and having a social media brand. And so that's what I'm gonna be doing. It's crazy how, like, man, just live authentically to who you are, bro. Just live authentically, like, to why you're doing something. You don't have to worry, like, I was here trying to find a big reason, but like, genuinely just ask yourself what you want. Like, ask your heart what you want out of your life. If you are truly dissatisfied with the way you're living, boom. I'm making $0 right now. I'm dissatisfied. I'm grateful, but I'm dissatisfied with my level of work ethic. I want more, but I'm so grateful for what I have. But I want to achieve more. I don't want to stay complacent. So ask yourself these things. What do you want? Not what other people want. What do you want out of your life? Who do you want to be? And right now, all I can imagine myself. And I don't care how much overthinking my brain does anymore. I'm going to ignore it. All I want right now, all I need to do, all I need to commit to is living that lifestyle as the best version of me. And I can choose to be him today. I can choose to live like him today. The version of me that my younger self would be proud of. The version of me that I would be proud of. Just grow myself in every way possible. commit to reading, commit to lifelong learning, commit to studying, commit to applying what you learn, commit to continuously growing you, whatever you're interested in at the time. And so that's what I'm going to be doing, and I'm going to give you guys updates and document my journey along the way. Boys, I gotta leave. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Follow my Instagram.